Hi everyone, Lolly here. Tonight I'm going to put a new cover on my art book I just started, and I thought I'd just turn the camera on and bring you along with me. I just covered it not too long ago. We did a video on that when I did that page right there, and I feel like I never picked this book up because it's just plain and I haven't put a cover on it that I like yet. And so my covers are all grungy, or they all have something glued or stuck onto them that means something to me or that have taken place during the year, that kind of thing. Especially the pandemic and all that, all my covers have just different types of fabrics and papers, all of that stuck on there. And so I needed to get this one started. And so I'll add to it, as I always do, just throughout the year or however long this book lasts me, I'll add to it. So I knew I wanted a piece of cardboard on the front because that book is just one of the usual mixed media books. And so I wanted something a little more substantial. And that piece of cardboard with all the paint on it is the one that I usually just have on the side here when I'm painting something. And I kind of use it as a little palette. So I'm going to cut that. And it's round, so the corners, not the corners, yeah, at the top, it's rounded, so some of the book shows through. So I inked those corners because they'll show through a little bit. And so then I was like, well, no, I just wanted something else under there also. And again, I like to just pile on grungy layers on my books. So this was Christmas paper, but it was a craft paper and it had grid lines on this side. So I thought were interesting. So where the paper is going to stick out on the edges, I'm going to just put some ink on there. And I decided to just grab a different color besides just the brown. And so I thought, let's just throw some blue on there. So I'm gluing that down to the actual book. Well, I'm Mod Podging it. So where would we be without Mod Podge, right? So I'm going to just start layering. I didn't really know when I started this what I wanted to do, but I always choose to layer different pictures or just papers, things like that. And I think I've done a video before of some of my covers, but so here I'm just putting Mod Podge on the ink because if I pick it up and handle it a lot, I think the ink is probably going to rub off on my hands or whatever surface that I have on there. So I'm hoping this will kind of protect the ink and keep it from coming off on anything that touches it. I'm also going to put Mod Podge, oh my goodness, Mod Podge in the middle there to help glue down the next layer. So, and it's a little bit it's not really smooth cardboard, so I feel like I'm going to need something a little bit thicker to hold it down instead of just Mod Podge. And so here I'm just grab my tacky glue and I'm leaving it kind of thick and chunky, and so it can kind of fill in some of the gaps and hold it better. Adding a little hot glue just to give it a little extra support. And then I decided, no, something needed to stick out. I wanted some fabric of some kind sticking out. The fabric that I chose right there is just an upholstery sample, and I was going to make that my cover, but then I decided I wanted to use corrugated cardboard. So here I'm just tearing this in strips, and I'm going to put a little strip at the bottom and then another strip at the top as well, just to have something just hanging out there so I can't stand anything all neat and tidy. So it just adds some more color. It added some more blue into the project. And so here I remembered that the corrugated part wasn't really showing, but I also wanted to keep the paint. So I'm trying to just tear off a little bit here and there. I am still going to do one more layer, so not all of this is going to show in the end. But when you're working something, you don't really know as you go. So you just start putting on the layers. And so I have this little book, and it's just chipboard. And I'm sure it was supposed to be like a little journal, but I kind of cut the pieces off when I need chipboard. And I haven't made it into a book yet, so I thought, well, I might as well start using this little pieces of chipboard on there. So I have cut that out, trying to decide if I want to put that paper back on there. Now this is my original art. I drew this piece, and today I made a copy of it and just shrunk it down so it would fit on the front of my journal. It's one of my favorites. I'm just learning over since the pandemic and up until now, just trying to learn how to draw and to sketch and watercolor. So this is one of my favorites. So I'm just going to Mod Podge this down on this chipboard just so it's something a little more sturdy, not just gluing the paper down onto the book. And that picture I actually watercolored in my art book, and then in it I just saw a face and I just started drawing, and I've done several that way and I love to do that. So instead of coloring the face, I start out with the watercolor paper. So here we're going to just glue that down, and then I think it needs like a little frame or something around the picture instead of just the chipboard showing. So I'm gonna go grab washi tape. I have washi tape and I've had some of it for so long that it doesn't really stick and it's kind of hard to peel, and I really need to start using it more. So here I'm just going to use Mod Podge again to help stick this tape down so it doesn't come undone. I think washi tape has a hard time sticking sometimes anyway, especially over paints and things like that. So just grab the butterflies, and I'm just making a frame around her face there. The picture actually says, I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like something is missing, sorry. And so it's only half of a face there. So now I think, well, now it needs something in layers. And oddly enough, I think this looks like rays of like a sun or something like that. And I wanted to put something with the sunshine on the front of it. And I was going to cut out something. And when I saw this old lace, I thought, well, I will put that on there and just put that around her picture. So in the end, I think for me, it just represents like the sunshine that I wanted to put on there. So, but it gives a frame and a little background, a little more grunginess, and one more layer to the cover of my book here. So here I'm just trimming up the fabric so it doesn't hang off so far. And then I'm sure eventually it'll start to ravel, because right now it's like really cut nice and tidy, but I think over time it will ravel. So now I have the basic, the layers here on the book. And like I said, I'll start to add things here and there as the year goes by, or, you know, sometimes I tie the ribbon of something, you know, on the spiral part, that kind of thing. But this is the basic part here. And so now I'm just getting it all glued down, and I'll just start to build from there. So just adding some more hot glue so she can stick really well, because, you know, you pick them up, you paint on them, you do all kinds of things, so you want the cover to be good and sturdy. So here I'm just going to start adding different types of washi tape. And this one says, "What a Wonderful World," and it has a little globe on there. I think it's real cute. So it also adds a little more blue, a little more color to the front. Even though I like grungy, I like to put some color on there. So, and then I'll just start layering different pieces of washi. And that's a good way, even if you're doing a journal page or a tag or anything, and you need a little cluster of something, if you just lay down strips of washi just in different lengths, just a short one, a long one, that kind of thing. It makes a really nice, kind of like a little cluster of a little background, and then you can put something on top of that if you want to. So that's what I'm doing here on the book. I'm just adding different layers with the washi tape there just to give it a little filler. The lace covers a lot of it, but you can still see when you're holding the book up under there. So this is where I think I thought I ruined everything. I put Mod Podge on there because I wanted to protect the picture because it's just regular printer paper. So, but in the end, it dried okay, and I did blot some of it off, and the picture was saved. So, I mean, I could have printed it again, but I just didn't think, just wanted to protect it real quick. So, um, I was afraid the Mod Podge would run or make the ink run because it's just an inkjet printer. So now this is my basic cover. Now it feels like it's mine, and I feel like I want to pick it up and work in it more often. I think it turned out pretty, but that's my look. Those stickers there on the side are also just Dollar Tree stickers, little hinges. So, but that's my cover. I appreciate you guys being with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.